And now, introducing the new SneakyG Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in SneakyG Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for SneakyG Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's replica trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the SneakyG podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants. Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG. What is up? How y'all doing today? How you living? Man, we live in a crazy world these days, right? What can I say? It is what it is. Today, I want to show y'all something. I want to show that I know how to accessorize. That's the word for today. That's when I before I came on the show, I wanted to throw on an outfit that had meaning, that was symbolic, and and again, I want to show everyone that I know how to accessorize. Again, that is the word for today. All right. Now, what do I mean by accessorize? I'm wearing the Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl we won, which was in 2011. And as you can tell, I got the, it's a hoodie. Believe it or not, this is a hoodie. I know it may look like a jersey, but it's a hoodie. Got the SneakyG on the back. Of course, got the emblem. And then got that matching hat. But the chef's kiss, the creme a la creme. You can't wear all this without the bling. Yes, right here. I got my Super Bowl 11 Super Bowl ring on. It was a good year. I didn't play that much. I rode the bench. Mainly was on the practice squad. Okay, I'm kidding. No, I was at home. I went on. Anyway, we got some stuff to attend to address. We got the draft. Joe Schoen was on the podium today, and very, very well prepared, I must say. Okay, didn't say anything out of the norm. said everything politically correct, if you will. When he was pressed about Matt Stafford, he said straight up, you should go talk to the Rams. He's under contract on the Rams. I'm not going to go there. One thing I will say that I found out about Shane, I did not, or I was not aware that he played high school football as a quarterback, college football as a quarterback, and because he defended the players that didn't want to, because Shador is not throwing. I can't remember if Cam is, but they're all going to perform on their pro day, if you will. And he defended them. He said it doesn't matter if the fact that they want to throw here, they don't know the receivers, they understand that. But he wants to wait until their own pro day where they got guys they can throw the ball around. You know what? I love the logic. But I will say this for me, and I'm not a GM, I'm just a fan like everybody else. Okay. Obviously. I want to see competition. Okay. When you go to these combines, you are in competition with all of the college top prospects. And I mean, I understand why Shador, and again, I don't know, Chad, if you could let me know if Shador is throwing or not, or if Cam is throwing or not. I don't know for sure. But I want to see these guys compete. Now, I don't know if many of you have seen some of the highlights, because apparently they're training together. Okay. And that being said, the fact that these guys are I mean, they're competitors, right? They're stone cold competitors. And they were kind of going at each other. Cam started it, kind of went at Shador. I guess he said something like, you gave up on your team. And Shador gave it right back. He said, you quit on your team. Don't. I hope if you make it to the Super Bowl, you don't quit on them there. I love that. Yeah, but let's build that animosity up. Let's build. I don't want to say hatred, but you gotta. Shador's not wrong for what he said, okay? Because he didn't play in the second half of his bowl game, and Miami did suffer a loss. However, Shador played the whole game in the Alamo Bowl, and maybe he shouldn't have played the second half. I probably would have helped him out there. But when Cam was on the field, he did ball out to a certain degree. I think he threw like three touchdowns, I guess. But yeah, that I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I saw of Shador in the Alamo Bowl, it reminded me of Shador playing behind an offensive line, not of the Giants of last year, the year before that. Because look, obviously it was horrendous. Now, the one thing I want to say about the reporters, I mean, I get it. They're in the media. They're trying to push, their own, they're trying to, I don't want to say own agenda, but they're trying to get to, Shane to kind of get some type of information out. But they didn't ask the questions that I felt they should have asked. Like last year, we had an issue with depth in defensive backs. We had an issue with depth in the wide receiving core. Why didn't any of them ask them about that? How do they plan to attack that in the draft? Why didn't I understand. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get little tidbits, little information to see which direction the Giants are going. But we all know Shane is not going to show his cards. Okay. They asked him straight up, are you willing to go up? Are you willing to go down? His answer, yes. Point blank. Now, one thing that I'll say too, that I don't understand why this media didn't address the elephant in the room. And I'm saying this out of love. Shane, if you're watching this, I am definitely saying this from a place of love. This could possibly be your last draft as an NFL, as a New York Football Giant GM. Why do I say that? Well, because it could be. I mean, maybe I'm speculating. I have nothing to base that off of. But from what I saw of how everything went down this year, I know the Mara and the Tisch family, they want to see some type of progress. They want to see some type. They want to see that that arrow going up rather than going down. So I wish somebody would have pressed Shane and asking him his feelings if quite possibly this would be his last draft as the New York Football Giants GM. I mean, and you know what? I know I have a feeling how Shane would answer this. He's like, I can only control what I could do today. I mean, I'm assuming that's what he would say. Let me go ahead and bring some people on. Everybody, Jalen.
What's up?
Billy, what's going on? Daryl, what's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas?
What up, Daryl?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
Well, man.
So, did you guys see that State of the Giants from Billy? You just sit there and
I watched a little bit of it, Sneaky.
Okay. What about you, Jalen? Have you seen any of it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I did not. Just
okay. Don't worry about it. It's on Giant TV. It's like 15 minutes long. You guys get a chance, check it out. I basically broke it down for you in a summary of what was said and what was not said, and basically what they all discussed. Billy, did you happen to see any of the Philadelphia's? What I also want to mention, Shane did show a lot of class and said that he was happy for Saquon for winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
He was a better man than me. I will say that right now.
To be honest, what else is he going to say?
He said,
I know it's his fault too,
he did say that he wished him nothing but the best. Saquon was in a different time frame,
right?
As when they in the building stage of the team, and he wished Saquon nothing but the best. But
right.
I digress.
Fair enough.
I mean, does anybody want to add to that?
I'll say this. Like, Shane kind of had to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow for him, to be honest, because it's like, I know, like, I'm pretty sure we all know in the back of our minds, at the very least, that Barkley said, you know what, I'm going to go sign with one of y'all's biggest rivals, and then I'm going to show you what I can really do.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we saw what happened.
Right.
Yeah. That's my take on it. It's like, it's over. It's done. It's like, I don't even care anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just wasn't in their plans anymore, so it is what it is. We just got to move forward.
Yeah.
Me personally, he capitalized off trading Saquon Barkley, though. If you really think about it.
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
Well, he didn't trade him, but I still see your point, Daryl.
He let him walk out the door.
Yeah, we got.
He let him walk.
He
I think he did a hell of a good. He picked very well to replace Saquon. So it is what it is.
For sure.
We just now. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Out of his draft classes, ever since he's been there, I'll give him an old school grade of a A-.
Okay.
I mean, out of this draft class.
I mean, since he's been there overall.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Overall, I'm just talking about overall since he's been there.
Okay.
Because if you take a look at the body of work, okay, what he hit and missed out of what, 2 to 3 players?
I mean, of course, I mean, we'd have to go through all the you know,
I feel
his
like that
drafts,
could be
you know.
debatable,
But well, I mean, not only that. I mean, there are some good draft picks that he got, but I think the ones that are going to be, you know, quite poignant would be the Thibodeaux, the Neals, you know, the Banks. But I, you know, I mean, since we're going to talk about that real quick, the Banks, right? The Thibodeaux, okay.
yeah.
And hold on, let me bring Danny on. Clinton, I see you. Stand by one sec.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, snap. Check out Danny's profile picture.
What's up, people?
Man, I'm manifesting that. I'm manifesting it. That's why.
Man,
of course.
he's going to the Giants, man. Don't worry, Danny. He's going, baby.
I mean, I want to say that he picked those players like the Banks and the Thibodeaux with the type of coaching that he had on staff. Okay. Yeah. And I know we kind of touched based on it last week or maybe the week before, but now that we have a whole new defensive coordinator, he has to find a way to make those guys fit. He has to.
Yeah, he does.
He has to. Hey, Billy.
Yes.
Can I put you in the backstage, but I'll bring you on. I'm going to give you a pass for you don't have to say the outro, but I'm going to bring you back on. Don't go anywhere because I want to bring someone on that this will be his first appearance on the show. All right. Stand by 1 second. Okay. So I want to, okay. Those of you that know or don't know, I am part of a fraternity of fans, and I highly recommend each and every one of you at some point go to ESF, get a coin, because you guys, I'm pitching this club right now, right? Because you guys demonstrate the fandom of an elite super fan, and because this gentleman right here, and even has a coin, this gentleman right here doesn't know me from Adam. Okay, saw that I was part of a fan club, and he took the leap, and I, you know, asked about it, and I told him, and he took my recommendation and actually got a coin. I can't thank him enough. And he also has a great story, and I'll let him tell you, or I'll let him tell his story. But Lucas, welcome to the show for the first time.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
What's up, man?
Hey. Yeah. I mean, I've been a Giants fan probably since I was like 6 years old.
Long time.
Yeah. My first season I remember watching was the year where we lost to the Packers in the first round.
So that was 2016.
2016.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was rough, but I barely understood football at the time. And then I think TikTok has definitely helped with kind of learning more about football and all of that. But
and yes, he is a diehard Giants fan. Lucas, I got to ask you though,
dude, I love your content, man.
Who is? Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. Who is your favorite Giant of all time?
Ooh.
All time, I gotta go Victor Cruz.
Okay.
Vic? Okay. That's a first.
Danny. You there?
Yo, what up? What up?
Who is your now? And don't say Shador because he hasn't signed that contract yet. But
He said,
who is your favorite Giant?
I grew up on Michael Strahan, brother.
Strahan. Okay. Sully, what you got?
So my all-time favorite is actually LT with Pepper Johnson as a close second.
Okay, now, you know what? And that's my bad. I should have asked that with the caveat. We can all have an understanding
for sure
that Lawrence Taylor is the Giant. I mean, that goes without saying. Okay. Thanks. So I hate to say this. We're going to disqualify Lawrence Taylor. Don't tell him I said that for this 1 minute. So we'll say Pepper Johnson, right?
Yeah, we'll go with Pepper Johnson.
I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, we all can agree to that, right?
I
Yeah,
wasn't
you
really
agree to
seeing
that?
play, but seeing the highlights. Yeah.
That LT. Well, but I mean, no, but when you see the highlights, you're like, yeah, that's a bad dude.
That was
That's
a bad
dude.
man.
Jalen, who's your favorite Giant?
All time?
Yeah.
Give me Eli Manning all day.
Okay. Daryl, what about you?
Dave Meggett.
Dave Meggett.
Whoa, that's a throwback.
I'm
You
old
know-
school, baby.
Okay, hey chat, if you're in the chat, please tell me who your favorite Giant is. So
I got
Brandon
another one
Frost
though,
said
Sneaky.
Seahorn. Okay.
Brandon
Fair
Floss
enough.
said Seahorn. Seahorn had the interception of all interceptions.
What was that against the Eagles or something?
Yeah, it was against the Eagles in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the divisional.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep. Okay, Daryl, you said you had another one?
Yeah, David Wilson.
David, man. The what would have happened or what would have been?
I got another one.
What's up?
Brandon Jacobs.
A beast.
Beast.
Now we need another Brandon Jacobs type.
Yeah, we had
Bro,
a chance to get one.
Bro, if we get someone like that, plus we got Tracy.
We had a chance to get one.
Go
We
ahead,
let him
Daryl.
go.
What are you talking about?
Travis Henry, baby.
Oh, right, yeah. But see, I thought you were gonna say Ladarius Blunt.
LeGarrette Blunt. We had a chance at him. Oh,
We did. Yeah, the year that the Eagles won their Super Bowl in 2017, not last year, 2017.
I remember.
He actually went to the Giants, had a conversation, but Reese didn't pull the trigger. He didn't pull the trigger.
Wait. Are you sure that he was still the GM at that point? Because I remember Reese getting
Reese was there.
Okay.
Reese was there. Yeah, because remember, he got fired after that because that's when we drafted Saquon.
Oh. Wait, no. No, that was the first pick that Gettleman had, was Barkley, remember?
Right. But 2017 was when we had Evan Ingram.
Yeah, that was when we drafted Ingram.
Yeah.
Eli Apple, too.
Oh, Lord. Wait, no. Eli Apple was the year prior.
Eli Apple from Nebraska. No, I'm thinking of Prince. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Prince Nakamura. I was thinking of Prince.
Oh, my.
Yeah, because he was what do you call it?
He helped us win one of those Super Bowls.
Yes.
That's right.
2011.
One,
yeah, this one. Yeah, 2011.
Our most recent one.
Brandon Jacobs was hold on a sec. So Tim Cox says maybe Mark Bavaro. That's going back. Or Brandon Jacobs. Yes. Brandon, here we go. Ike Hilliard.
Ooh.
Ike Hilliard was cold. And I'm waiting. Now, Danny, don't say a word. Don't
I got
say
one
nothing.
for you.
Who?
What you got?
Otis.
Otis Anderson.
I got one for you, Otis.
Otis Anderson.
Hey, I got another one for y'all.
What you got, Sully?
Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker.
Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker. Yes, sir. Hold on a sec. Wes says, if not Eli, it's got to be Shockey. Yes.
We ain't got no more dogs like that on this team. We ain't had none on this team since then.
God, dog. Those were the days, man.
What about
the only dog we got on the team like that right now, I'd have to say, is Dexter Lawrence.
Actually, I'll raise you one more. Malik Neighbors.
I like
Neighbors, but you know also too, I would say Phillips is going up there. I would say Phillips is going to be a dog, and even Newman. I'd give it to Newman. But you know, I'm a little ashamed that hold on, we got Eric Zappi. Hey guys, Giants fans from Fargo, North Dakota. I finally know somebody from North Dakota. I know one. Eric, you know how many people I know from North Dakota? Just one. And his name is Eric Zappa. Yeah, you. That's it. Nobody said nothing about Phil Simms. Number 11. I'm sorry. Were y'all just waiting for me to?
I would say Phil Simms, but I would have to say Jeff Hostetler too.
Okay, number 15. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with
No,
that.
he helped Phil Simms win that Super Bowl.
He sure did. And I got so many cards of Phil Simms. If Phil Simms came to my house,
but I love Phil Simms though.
And if he were to autograph every football card I had of him, he would definitely have carpal tunnel. He would definitely have carpal tunnel. So I want to address something real quick because hold on, Brandon Frost said Wiley Tittle. Yeah, I remember him back in the day. Yeah, I mean, man, he could throw a spiral.
Oh, you wasn't even alive yet.
No, that was I was still a speckle in my dad's eye. So earlier, now I want to bring up something that Lucas asked me on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, come on the show. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it." Because I didn't want to give up. I don't want to give up my secrets. You know what I mean? I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I don't have any secrets. Who am I lying?
Are you saying you're involved with the team right now?
Say what?
I said, are you saying you're involved with the team right now? You have
heavily involved. Heavily involved. No, but I'm talking about Madden because that's. But no, seriously though, Lucas, to answer your question, I would honestly say I would like Cam more than Shador. But I can't. And Danny, I want you to I want you to defend Shador on this, but I'm going to tell you this before you come at me, Danny. It's not by much.
I'm about to rip you.
It's huh?
I'm about to rip you a good one. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll let Danny go because he's been quiet a little bit, and then you go ahead and you can do.
I'm gonna go right behind him. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but again, it's not by much. But if Cam is not available, and we get Shador, I'm okay with that too. And Lucas, to be honest, not by much. Not by. I mean, but we need a quarterback. Bottom line, right? And I would. I
think
if I had to choose, I like the way Shador throws the ball. I think Cam has more upside. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. But I just want the next person behind center to win. That's it. Go ahead, Daryl. What you got?
No, okay. I got a question. No, go ahead, Danny. You go first, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
Shador IQ is much better. His pocket presence is much better. He shows more. He'll give us more excitement than we have in the past. You know what I'm saying? He'll be a little bit more swag, a little bit more style. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just his IQ is much better, and I just like the way he gets rid of the ball very quickly. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now, when you mean football IQ, hold on a second. Okay, when you mean football IQ,
yeah.
When people say that, explain. And I'm not trying. And I'm not. I'm not coming at you, Danny.
Just his pocket presence. What I mean. That's what.
Okay. I mean. Okay. So hold on a sec. Wes says if don't get Cam, you got. Okay, so you get Travis Hunter. Okay.
I wanna add on to that comment actually.
Okay.
Because something that I think I asked you about too is if we get Matthew Stafford, which is a big possibility,
right?
Then we go and take Travis Hunter if the Browns, the Titans don't take them. I think if we get Matthew Stafford, the chemistry between him and Neighbors would be pretty special.
I'm the Danny. I know. And let's table this, but I'm going to come back to you
Yeah.
regarding the IQ.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna address this real quick.
Uh-huh.
The only problem that I have with, say, a Matt Stafford or the rumor about Aaron Rodgers, okay,
Yeah, I heard that.
is
I don't
that
want A-Rod.
those guys coming to the New York Football Giants, they're not going to want to sit.
They're not.
They're going to want to play. And Jen, I'm gonna mute you real quick. I think your TV's
Oh,
is that you, Daryl? Oh, okay.
I already muted it. I muted it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, my TV's on mute, bro.
Okay. My bad. Anyway.
You good. Just trying to make sure you can hear. It's cool.
I don't I just don't see them sitting. I could see where we could do like with Kurt Warner and Eli, right? How they started off the season, but we had a winning record, and then they made the switch to Eli for whatever reason, right? But we need a quick turnaround, and this is my fear. Okay, let's just say hypothetically, Matt Stafford wants to leave L.A. And I don't think he wants to leave LA, but he leaves LA, come to the Giants. We don't have the line that can protect him. We don't have that. All right. Now let's say we start off the season 1-3. I can almost assure you that starting off the season 1-3 with Matt Stafford is completely different. And I'm gonna say this for Daryl and Danny, is completely different if we start off 1-3 with, say, Shador.
I'll say this: if we start off 1-3 with Stafford, Shane and Daboll are getting fired.
That's the point I'm trying, and that's exactly what I mean.
I'm honestly concerned that Dable has lost the locker room already.
You know what? He hasn't. I don't believe he hasn't. And you know why? The Colts win. When the beating that we put on the Colts, I truly believe that because of that win, it showed that, one, we weren't tanking, okay? Although everybody wanted us to tank, we weren't. And two, the team still played for the coach and for each other.
Yeah.
So that's not to say, now again, next year's going to be a whole new team. Next year's going to be a whole new attitude. And we are, even though we still have the same, somewhat of the same coaching staff, the players it's going to be like a whole new regime in players. And so therefore, I say all that, it's going to be a whole new attitude coming in with the locker room. So I don't because Dable is a player's coach. Okay.
There's a problem I have with Dable, and that's that, we've had like multiple coaches over the past few years that have worked under Dable. Mm-hmm. And Mike Kafka, if he were to get the Saints job, there was a huge rumor that he was going to hire Wink Martindale as their defensive coordinator. So it just leaves me to question. It just leaves me to question, like, is Dable treating his, coworkers right?
Well, you know what? I'm so glad you brought that up, because there was, it was mainly more of a players thing than it was a coach's thing. And I meant to actually post this on one of my socials, but the NFLPA did come out with a report card. And
I saw that.
The coaches on the New York Football Giants, if I'm not mistaken, got a B+, I think it was.
It was a B+.
So I mean, I would say that speaks highly of the coaches. Now, okay, we can entertain rumors, right? With, like you said, if Kafka would have gotten that job with the Saints, rumor has it, Wink would have went over there. We don't know. And why don't we know? Because he didn't get a coaching job. So maybe there's something that ownership is not seeing, head coach material in Kafka. Okay. Maybe he needs another year under Dable to progress. And, to be fair, if the relationship between Dable and Kafka was so strained that, Kafka can't wait until he competes against Dable, I don't see him being in this year. I don't see him still being on the coaching staff. I mean, does that make sense a little bit, Lucas?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to persuade your way of thinking, but I'm trying to put the whole picture out there, regarding the coaching style.
Yeah, and it wasn't just Kafka who left. Obviously Wink left 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Well, he left because of
He got
changes that were made.
He had beef
yeah.
with Dable, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I have a feeling like we've seen Dable on the sidelines. He just gets like pretty upset over anything that goes wrong. And I feel like he might take that out on other coaches when we don't see it. And I could be wrong because you are right about that B+.
Somehow Dallas coaching got an
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there are report cards.
Jerry Jones paid NFLPA for that.
Probably.
So Lucas, to your point, man, about Daboll and how you see him on the sideline. I mean, Bill Parcells was the same way, and we got 2 Super Bowls with Parcells.
Well, hold on, and Sully, I'm glad you said that. And I don't mean to cut you off, Lucas. However, and Coughlin was the same way.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But the Sully, I'm going to give you pushback, especially with Parcells, because that was a different time. That was a whole. I don't even think they had a collective bargaining agreement back in the mid 80s. Well, they had that strike in the late, at 80, 88, I think it was. They had that strike, but that was a whole different time. But to your point, though, even though it was a different time, Parcells did win another Super Bowl in 1990. I mean, he did make that happen.
They don't make him like him no more.
No, they don't. They don't make coach like Coughlin. And I'm not saying the coach has got to be buddy with the players, but at the same time, players do want that player coach type relationship. And okay, and I don't want to throw you on the bus, Lucas, or put you on the spot. Do you like Coach Dable?
I do, and I have a question with similar to coaching. It has nothing to do with Dable, but do you think if Coughlin was our coach now, do you think things would change? I know his last couple of years they went 7-9, 6-10, 7-9 again, something like that, and obviously it looked like he started to lose the locker room a little bit. But do you think if we brought him back now, things would be different?
I don't think we can bring him back.
I know, but I'm saying not.
Do I think it'd be different?
It would never. It's never
like his coaching style. He's talking about his coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it work in this era of football?
Exactly.
That's I'm gonna be bold, and I guess it would be the type of players that you would draft. Instantly, right? Or my instincts, like when you ask that question, I immediately want to say no. I don't think it will work this year, or it would be more effective this year. Okay. And the only reason why I say that, let's look at the last 5 coaches that won the Super Bowl. Okay, we got the the one coach from Tampa. What's his name? He was
Bruce
with the
Arians.
Steelers. I'm sorry,
Arians.
Arians. Yeah, he was a player's coach. And then Andy Reid. I mean, God, Andy Reid is a player's coach. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
now, what I mean by player's
he was.
coach was, and then of course Nick Sirianni won it, a couple weeks ago. But let's just, and what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that these coaches are letting the players walk over them. I mean, they're still a disciplinary, but they're also, like I said, a player's coach. And I mean, if we were to think, I mean, even when the Rams won it, I mean, the last hard ass coach that I could think of won it was Belichick. In what 2018 was it 2018 when they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think the thing that surprises me is when Coughlin left. Obviously, McAdoo took over, and we had Spags for a year or two after that. And then Spags
Spags wasn't he? I mean, he was still the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But only for a couple games when McAdoo was fired.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is,
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's all right. It's kind of crazy how McAdoo kind of didn't really know what he was doing, and Spags, he's won what 4 or 5 Super Bowls since he left.
Well, he's 3. He's won 3.
3.
And he's won it as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Do you think we should have hired Spags instead of McAdoo?
Well, McAdoo was back. He came back on. I'm sorry, Spags came back on McAdoo's coaching staff. So I mean, do I think that if Spags should have had a chance to coach the Giants? Yeah, I'd love to see that.
And that one chance that he had, the team was already like, okay, we give up, kind of.
Well, yeah, he went to the Rams.
Yeah.
He was the head coach for the Rams for a little bit and then didn't make it. Danny, do you think that type of style would work? Coaching style would work
not in this era. No. We got too many flamboyant players now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Too many divas.
Yeah, man. It wouldn't work. Coughlin would have had a freaking a heart attack or somewhere. He would turn red like he was in Green Bay. Remember that Green Bay game? Red like a cherry.
Yeah, Coughlin, Spags, and Bill Belichick all have this like old style type of
old school way.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work, and you see coaches like Sean McDermott, Sean McVay, Andy Reid. I know he's old, but they have this like new style of football where they're just able to come up with good plays. Kyle Shanahan as well, and they're able to score like touchdowns pretty quickly and score defensively. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Dan Campbell, though. I love.
Yeah, but they ain't running nothing but that West Coast offense that what's the name started back in the day. That guy from San Francisco.
Right.
What was his name?
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh. Yeah.
Everybody's running his playbook just a little bit different. Nothing but a bunch of motions and screens and gel breaks and everything like that. That's all they doing.
Well, and it's funny you say that. I mean, look, the NFL is nothing but a copycat league. So, of course, they're going to have similar type of offenses with different play calling. And, matter of fact, some of that offense, that West Coast offense, has the same exact calling. Same exact verbiage. So, I mean, I'm not surprised about it. And the fact that McAdoo tried to bring that over to the Giants, I mean, there was no way that was going to work. And to be honest, when Gilbride left, there was a sense of, in my point of view, or my opinion, I would say, that Kevin Gilbride was Eli's safety blanket. because
pretty much.
he was very comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And Eli, to his credit, he is a play action type quarterback.
He always was.
He needs that running game to hold those linebackers so he can make those throws. Of course, we had to, when we had Greg Jennings and Vereen back there in the backfield.
We had Jennings.
We had we had to open it up with Beckham. I think that's one reason why I was hurt when Beckham left, but I was kind of okay with it because we had to establish the passing game for the running game to work, and it's supposed to be vice versa. But I need to get off my soapbox.
If you look back at the 2016 season, almost all the touchdowns that were able to get the Giants to win games were to Beckham. So I don't know if that was just their game plan, just throw it to Beckham every single time to win.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He would catch everything. So it's
for the most part, except when it matters.
But you got to have other reliable receivers.
True.
Which they did. Sterling Shepard.
They also had Cruz that year too.
Everybody, yeah.
I think honestly the 2016 Giants, even though they were ran by an offensive coach, they were a defensive team.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, they had everybody on that defensive line, man.
Yeah.
They had Snacks. They had JPP.
Man,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
But you know what New York Giant football is missing?
What's that, Daryl?
New York football Giants is a run first football team.
Yeah.
We've always been a run first football team. Until the New York football Giants get back to the run first football, we're not going to be as successful.
You know what they're missing though, right? The one ingredient. You know what they're missing?
Yeah, Shador Sanders.
No, not that. It's not that. Cheerleaders, man. We need some cheerleaders, man.
Oh,
what's going on, bro?
Danny, we never
some
had
cheerleaders in that damn MetLife Stadium, man.
Danny, I'm gonna tell you right now. You do not want to see no cheerleader middle of November when it's like 14 degrees at MetLife and that wind will be blowing. Ain't no cheerleader want to be out there.
Well, they'll be watching.
They need to make a new stadium.
I just want a damn roof, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right. Like,
put a roof on it.
To make a dome or add a dome.
And fix the turf. That's it.
Yeah, fix the turf.
So,
they said they're going to.
Here's my thought about why we don't have a dome. Okay, because if you go back to the old Giant Stadium, right?
Oh, I know.
You have the wind factor that comes into play. Not so much, the rest of the weather. It was that wind that was at the south end of the field where it would swirl.
That MetLife win ain't no joke, bro. That MetLife.
Yeah, so that's why they're not going with a dome. But I'm with y'all on that. Put a dome up, and then maybe we could host more than one Super Bowl.
That's why I don't do it no more.
I gotta get this off my chest.
Uh-oh.
I gotta get this off my chest.
Oh boy.
I saw the wind on TV, right? Because I didn't go to my first MetLife game until a couple years ago. And I was at that November, late November game when it was 14 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, I've lived in Seattle, where it gets cold.
Yeah.
I lived in Denver, where it gets cold.
Really cold.
It's up there.
MetLife is a whole different kind of cold.
Different ball game, yo. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that New Jersey,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I had my windbreaker, and I still had like layers under there.
Still not
and that wind went through every single layer, and then when it hits your skin, it goes through the skin straight to the bone. It is a different kind of cold.
Yo, it is, bro. It is.
It is a I mean, to the bone.
That is crazy.
Good God.
You got it. Like whoever hasn't been to MetLife Stadium got to do it because you got to. Telling you, you better bundle your ass up when you go over there.
You know, I went to the Buccaneers Giants game where the Giants got killed, and that was in November. And I don't know.
This past season.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I don't. Yeah, it was hard to watch, but I don't know if it was because of the seats that we had, but it didn't feel that cold. It was cold, and then once you get up to your seats, it doesn't feel that cold.
Let me tell you how cold it was in that game.
Were you?
I went, huh?
Were you like under anything or?
No, you in the element. Let me tell you how cold. I got hot chocolate. And by the time I got to my seat, it was chocolate milk.
Yo, that's a fact.
I could have had a chocolate popsicle by the time I got. I mean, it was because I was like, you know, you're like you got that hypothermia,
not
and
even
you sip it.
Not even hand warmers can save you.
No, that's how cold it was at MetLife. And I mean, I sipped it when I got. I'm like, oh, it's gonna feel so good when we get to our seats, man. Lies.
Yeah,
but you know, I say all that. But that you got to go to those kind of games.
It's fun. It's fun
because you're building character. You know,
I was at that game when they faced Green Bay years ago when it was snowing. I was when Sterling Shepard caught that touchdown in the corner.
Yeah,
I was right there.
That was when Aaron Rodgers was still there, right?
Yeah.
Was that right after Mike McCarthy got fired?
I believe. I think that's still. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
That is funny.
They're fun, but you just got to bundle up for like you're gonna have to brace the elements.
Look, Mama Boss, because we all went that year. Mama Boss and the girls each had their own Giants blanket,
and they still were cold.
And they still was cold. Still was cold.
That's crazy.
But I'm gonna tell you what. You know what warmed me up though? When we won 7-12. That's what warmed me up.
Who were they playing?
I'm lying. I'm lying though. I was still cold. I can't even lie to y'all. I was still cold.
Who were they
but
playing?
The cold didn't feel so bad.
They were actually playing the Eagles.
Oh.
We were playing the Eagles.
What year was this?
Fair.
Was this
Say what?
Was this when Judge was the coach?
That was Judge's last season, and that was Judge's last win.
Oh,
damn.
That wasn't. Oh my God, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was actually Daniel Jones's last game that season. That's when his neck became an issue.
Yep.
Where do you think he ends up going though? Do you think he's gonna stay with the Vikings or he's gonna go somewhere else and play?
To be honest, if I'm DJ, I think that staying with the Vikings might be the best thing.
Stay with the Vikings. If Sam Darnold leaves, you might have a chance to
be the starter.
I heard Pittsburgh might be interested.
Which is interesting if you think about it.
I mean,
this is what I don't understand about the NFL right now. I get the motto is, NFL means not for long, but when you have an established quarterback like a Russell Wilson, right? Yeah. And he took you to the playoffs as a wild card. You were competing in the division. I got to look at the standings. I don't even know if they were close to winning the division, if I'm not mistaken.
They just collapsed.
Then they lost. They lost to Baltimore
pretty badly
because they were playing in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a home game in Pittsburgh,
different story.
That could be a different ball game.
So I don't like nowadays. I don't see teams developing. I don't see teams keeping that unit for the following year.
Everything is
give it another run,
now.
or maybe see how you guys do the following season. If there's an improvement, If so, keep it for that third year and then kind of build off of that. But
It's
nowadays, it's like, Russell Wilson could be one and done again at Pittsburgh. Although some would say that he had a successful season as a Pittsburgh Steelers starter.
he ain't worried, Sneak. He's still collecting that Denver paycheck, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't forget about Seattle too.
You think Seattle's still paying him? I don't think
Maybe.
No, Seattle's not paying him. No, because the Broncos, they gave up a lot to get him.
They gave up like 5 picks.
They gave up a lot to get him. They gave up Geno. They gave up Drew, plus a draft pick, and I want to say some money. I could be wrong.
There was a tight end that they gave up.
No offense.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
I did too.
I'm actually Sneaky. I'm on the fence about getting Matt Stafford, bro. I'm on the fence with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to get a vet that's going to be a backup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to be honest, I'm being real because I want to put all my chickens in a basket and I want to count my eggs before they hatch because I may not be around when they hatch. That's going to be the problem.
We not the right situation for him.
So I mean, again, we got to be mindful. And I'm the fan, and the problem that I have, and it's the same thing with Slayton, right? I like Coach Dable. I like Shane. I want them to stay. I want them to get an extension.
Right.
But the problem is I can't defend them I can't successfully defend them in a healthy debate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I could only say last year's draft for so long before. I mean, they're going to come back and say the first thing they'll say is Saquon.
The Saquon,
okay? And then they can say, okay, but y'all got rid of McKinney and he's balling. He traded Leonard Williams and he was balling. So there's so many buts, and all I got is but we got Newman, Phillips, and we got Trey. And I have that. That I guess emotional connection with, Dable and Shane, because they're better than what we had before. I believe they're better than Gettleman. I believe he's better, or Dable's better than Judge. And not to not Gettleman or Judge, but I'm just saying this group, those two people right there, is what we need right now on this team. But actions now.
I'm just tired. I'm tired of seeing Shane sign all of these guys that nobody knows.
And I agree with you on that. But some of these people that we've never heard of are starting to cash in.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like Isaiah Hodgins was a great.
And where was he last year? Where was he last year? Where was Simmons? Where was Simmons? Hyatt. Where was Hyatt? But I believe in those guys, right? But it's easy to get the Thibodeaus. It's easy to get the Neals, right? That's always a 50-50. The Banks, the Neighbors. But when you go to like the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then 7th round, and you can cash out on those, and that's where I believe, Shane has. I'm okay with because look, nobody knew Tom Brady. 6th round, 199th. Who the hell?
The Giants actually wanted to draft him. Apparently.
Same thing with Ray Lewis.
Well, they also wanted to get what's his name? That's on the Chiefs, Mahomes. But the
McAdoo wanted.
Or didn't want to sign off on it.
Yeah,
McAdoo wanted him, and that would have been great.
Well, I mean, we say that, but let's just take a minute and think about this. Do you really think that Mahomes would have the success that he's had with the Giants?
Wait, let me.
He could have.
Wait, hold on, Daryl. Let me quote Kanye on this. I guess we'll never know.
You can't even
Oh,
say
come on.
like, yeah.
I'm so weak.
But think about
It's
it.
facts,
But
though.
it's true though.
It's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always play the shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it's not. It's not. What if, you know,
No,
the 49ers,
he's just too talented, man. Nah.
I mean,
What
yeah.
what G-Man said, where is the coaching who can coach the players who's that good?
yeah,
Yeah.
because let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. Hold on a sec. This dude said, say his name. Oh, Kevin Durant. I mean, if George Seifert would have drafted Phil Simms instead of Joe Montana, not Seifert, Bill Walsh, you know, would we have gotten Montana? You know, I mean, there's so many woulda, coulda, shouldas, but in reality, it is what it is. You know, we ended up going with Evan Ingram. We saw how that turned out. I mean, he's the only player I know that can. He's the only wide receiver I know that should have interceptions as a stat, because he sure as hell caused a lot of them. You know,
In the
Played
2020
well in
season, I saw like 3 or 4 alone.
he had no choice but to play well in Jacksonville. But you know, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he got his payday. And the problem is, I knew, Danny, did I not say he was going to be a baller?
You did. Yeah.
Didn't I say he was going to be that 7 reception, 125-yard tight end in the league?
For sure.
And he sure was. But you know, with us, what is he remembered of? Dropping the bag in Philly. That's what he's going to be remembered.
That's his main. Yeah.
Stonehand Ingram.
Always.
Bro, I am still mad about that game. Because I'm pretty sure if we won, we would have been
another what if. That's another what if. But I think with Matt Stafford, like, he better just look at our excuse my language, our fucking schedule, because it looks horrible.
No. Okay, can we talk about that for a second, please? Because why, NFL? Why did you do that to us?
No, it looks horrible, bro.
In the league this year, and now
we got the toughest schedule in the
league. Twice, I really would. If I was Matt Stafford,
we have the toughest schedule,
which makes no sense.
NFL.
We won 3 games last year.
No, our schedule is more tougher than yours.
Really?
Because if I'm not mistaken,
Billy, I'm pretty sure you guys have
somebody, please check me on this. I mean, I have my iPad here. I could do it, but I would rather somebody check me on this. Chat, let me know if I'm not mistaken. I think we have the number 1 worst schedule.
No,
and then
I've checked.
Philly and Dallas is tied for number 3.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken, that's fine. And if we go to, and I'm gonna go to this comment while we're looking. I'm gonna go to this comment. Sneaky, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but it's fans like you. Frank, you should have put that in capitals. It's fans like you that make me want the Giants to have a good. See, now I feel like shit.
There is light at the end of the come
Frank.
Oh, Frank, I'm sorry, man. See, man, God, Frank.
So
we were going so good, and then, Frank, I'm sorry. Thanks for the compliment, bro. I appreciate that. I gotta give a dub to Frank here, and he's an Eagles fan too. Damn it!
So him and Bill should get along just fine.
Belly, did you hear me? I'm giving a W right now.
Oh, good, man.
That's painful.
Okay, Jesus.
We gotta play Philly again too.
No, bro.
All right, here we go, fellas. Sneaky, Jalen, Sully, Danny, Clint, Billy. You fellas have a good night.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's it.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired,
boss.
Oh shit!
All right, Grandpa.
Daryl didn't want another clip of him snoring.
Oh yeah.
All right, Grandpa. Have a good night.
All right, bro.
Yo, let me tell y'all something. I'll be having a bad morning sometimes, right? Because I saved that clip, right? So when I'm having a bad morning, sometimes I play that clip, And that shit makes me laugh every
It
time.
will go down.
Hey, if you know, you know. All I heard was I was like, hey, now let me hear it one time. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, brother. I'll take it.
Yo, but I'll see y'all next Tuesday or Thursday, okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Let me
sure.
hear
It
it.
always
All right,
All
bro. Be
right,
safe.
let's go Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, fam. Be good.
I
Okay,
actually
Sneaky,
got to get
so I
going
found
soon,
the
too.
strength of
All right,
All
schedule.
right, hold on one sec.
But-
All right, Lucas. Hey, before you get, I know this is the first time on the show. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, like Daryl just said, everybody says the outro. I appreciate you. I do. I like your content, and I'm not saying this to pop my own collar, but I wanna thank you for allowing me to be the inspiration for some of your content. I it's an honor, and I want to thank you for that. And I also want to thank you for reaching out. This is what Lucas did, and it's commendable because TikTok is again, it's a copycat thing. And he sent me a message like, hey man, do you mind if I do some TikTok similar to yours? I'm like, bro, yeah, just tag me in them. And I right then and there, I knew you were a good dude. And I really appreciate you. And I'm glad that, we crossed paths, and I'm thankful and honored that I can actually say, you're my guy and you are one of my friends.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
All right, man.
I
Now,
want to
go ahead.
say one last thing.
Mhm.
So I mean, unfortunately, I lost my grandfather a few weeks ago, but he was a diehard Giants fan. Giants fan from day one. He made my dad a Giants fan, and then my dad made me a Giants fan. So he's at least to me the ultimate Giant, and I'm dedicating this podcast to him.
I appreciate that. And that's awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry for your loss.
thank you.
My condolences, man.
And on that note,
Yeah,
let
my
me hear
condolences.
one time, Lucas.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, Sneaky.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was gonna say I found the strength of schedule for next year.
All right. Yes. Now, okay. Okay. The anticipation's killing me.
Okay.
Was I telling the truth or was I lying?
You were telling the truth. The Giants have the #1 hardest schedule in the league next year.
Like,
And
damn well, you think
Billy,
Matt Stafford going to sign?
Billy, suck it.
okay, and like the Eagles, where they are somewhat makes sense. They're #4. They have the
I tell you,
hardest-
we gotta play Buffalo on the road, Chiefs on the road, Minnesota on the road. Yeah.
I mean,
Hope it's cold for y'all to come down to Kansas, Billy.
Oh, I can't wait for
hope
that
it's
run.
cold.
You can't wait for that.
Hold on one sec. So the Birds and Cowboys, are they tied for 4th?
hang on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. I still had it up.
Okay. And while you're looking for it, I'm going to read a couple quotes real quick. Well, it definitely doesn't help playing the Super Bowl champs twice a year. Yeah.
No, it really doesn't.
Let's see. Trojan Mayberry said Cam Moore or Shador. It depends who you ask. But I mean, okay, Danny. To be fair, Danny, I'm happy with either or. I just want them to win.
This is where I stand with it. This is my stand. with it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring this on the table. You said earlier that Shador has better IQ. We'll get to you, Jalen, in 1 second. Because I don't want to change the subject from here on out.
Right.
You said that Shador has a better IQ.
His pocket presence is better.
What? Okay. And that's just going off of eye candy, right? Is that what it is?
It's eye candy, yes.
Okay. And that's what I want to get at. And to your point, I've seen more Shador games than I have Cam Moore games.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'll say this about Shador. I'm mainly grading the two off of their last appearance. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I see. Okay, so I see. Okay, Juke, if you can jump on, man, I'll put the link out.
Hey, bro, come on.
Let me see. Because I want more insight. I do want more insight. Hold on. I don't know why I'm highlighting the. Okay, and then we got Grant. Grant says Cam Ward has no footwork and he's lazy. Now that's
you know why they're saying that, right?
Why is he saying that?
Well, they said that he he went for the record in his last game and he got the record and he just told his coach to just don't play me anymore.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna. Okay, okay, that can't be it. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why, because a lot of players have opted out of playing in the last bowl game, right? If they're not in the college playoffs, McCaffrey did that.
Christian McCaffrey?
Yes, Christian McCaffrey did that. He didn't play in the Sun Bowl. Okay, Jaden Daniels didn't play in the bowl, his last bowl game. So I don't want to put that label because of that. So Grant, if you can explain, where you say he's lazy, Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on. Here we got Drew.
What's up,
man? Hey, baby.
Drew. It's a big giant goofball.
So, you know what? Damn it, Drew. Talk about perfect timing.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
We bashing Sheen again?
Drew. Question. You want Matt Stafford, yes or no?
No.
Okay, you want Aaron Rodgers, yes or no?
What? So here's my hesitation. And it's funny, we just finished our show. We were just talking about this topic. So I'm guessing you're talking about the fact they said that Aaron Rodgers literally went to the Giants already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my thing.
Hey, Chris.
I've said forever the most important part of Shador Sanders' process is going to be, for me, the interview process with him. I want to see where he's at mentally, know who he truly is, and I want him in a room with just me and him and not his dad or anybody else involved. Right. And I want to find out truly who Shador is.
Okay.
It's very similar with Rodgers, except for I know who Rodgers is. I know he's an egotistical, shroom-eating maniac. But
tell me how you really feel.
Here's what I'm hoping. I used this analogy on the show just a minute ago. I said, Aaron Rodgers getting released by the Jets is like the equivalent of not being able to pay your bill at the checkout line at a Dollar Tree.
Right?
Like, it's embarrassing.
Right?
Yeah, bro.
That's embarrassing.
But okay, hold on.
So, does that humble him? Does that change him a little bit? Not because he changes, because he's not going to change. He's a 42-year-old or 41-year-old grown man. I'm 42 myself. Listen, I ain't changing for shit. I'm old. I'm stubborn. I'm done.
Now,
but will he at least pretend to change for 1 year to go ahead and change a little bit of the analogy of how he is and the appearance of who he is in the NFL? And if he would do that, though, and I can write a contract with him saying, listen, and you can play hardball with him point blank at this point, I think, and say, listen,
and you can't do no McAfee shows either.
Yeah, and nobody else wants you.
Yeah,
here's nobody wants you. Here's the stipulations. You're going to be at every goddamn mandatory practice. Cancel your trip to Cairo this year. You're not going to be on the Pat McAfee show. You're going to go ahead and support and let this whoever we draft, whether it be Ward, Sanders, whoever, follow you around like a puppy dog and be exactly what you wish Brett Favre was to you when you first got in this league. And if I see any ounce of that not happening, you're done.
Okay, I got somebody that wants to come on TikTok for 1 second. So, but I got TikTok, so I'm hoping. Let's see if I can make this thing work. Okay.
Yeah. Parts of Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
You take me off. Go ahead, G.
Hey, Mike, what's going on now? I'm doing it. As you can tell, I'm doing my show right now. So, okay. So he wants to show me something really fast.
It's not good. Last time it happened to me on TikTok.
Oh wow! Look at that. I'm seeing. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing one of the most precious things in the world right now. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. A boy? Oh, shit. I knew I was 50-50. I'm sorry. I knew I was 50-50. Well, what's the name? Avea, how old?
She is 2 months, 2 weeks, and 6 days.
I just saw the most beautiful baby. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it.
What's this topic that we're talking about?
I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Go to my YouTube channel. Okay. Subscribe. Hit the little notification. But oh shit. Okay. Well then, yeah. Just.
What you mean?
Oh shit. I appreciate that. Please come on. I mean, we got some Giant fans on here. Let's have a conversation.
Well, you mean Giant fan? You mean?
Oh wait. Well, who's your team? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're like the second Denver Broncos fan I know. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They double their fan base.
But
Boo, boo.
almost. I hate to say
Ain't
that.
got nothing against Denver fans.
I gotta get back. But okay, all right, man. Hey, congratulations. Get a baby a kiss for me. I'm gonna tell Mama Boss that makes me want to have another one, and then she'll say no, that's for your next wife. So hey man, be good and congrats. And congrats, Mama. You did good. You did good. Have a good night. Oh wow, that was awesome. I thought he was gonna show me something. Okay. Now okay, I'm sorry guys. My bad.
You're good.
Going back to Aaron Rodgers and Danny, you know this is gonna take a lot coming from me. Okay.
Yeah, because you hate the guy. I know.
Yes.
I don't like him either.
I don't think nobody likes him. Let's be very frank on that.
No,
even his own family, from what I hear, doesn't want to talk to him ever.
Or he doesn't want to talk to his family. Whatever
it is.
He'll say that it was a new coach, and that is why they had to release him. So, and I can't believe I actually said that about him. But no, I have my little. He always plays the victim. He always plays the victim. But I just want to know, in negotiation, you're talking about negotiation with Aaron Rodgers. Are you telling me that you would go in a dark cave with him?
Listen, if he wants, we have to go negotiate contracts in a cave, and he's gonna have some shrooms while I have some portobellas. Okay, like
right.
Now. But my main thing is, you have to have, because you know who Aaron Rodgers is, you need to have extremely strict conversations, and then go ahead and have it writing in the contract. If you go on this show, we're going to cut you. That's a breach of contract. If you don't do this, this is a breach of contract.
Right.
And if he doesn't do that, but you also need to have the stipulation where he knows point blank, there is no guarantee that you start the entire year. Because
and that's another thing too. Like I said earlier, Stafford and or Rodgers, they're not going to sit.
Well, you're going to have to give Stafford a new deal, which means you're going to have be sitting whoever you draft for 2-3 years.
Yeah. They're not.
Unless you get a Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins situation, which would be even worse for us.
Yes.
So I do want to bring up Frank again. I owe this to Frank. And see, I'm actually starting to like Frank. Damn it. Drew, I don't know if you know this. Before he gave me he gave me he gave me a compliment. And Danny.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, good. I'll see if I can
Sing double.
I could kick this one off. All right, there we go.
Oh,
so Frank says question. Okay, question.
Okay.
I agree that all championships count. See, he's a good dude. I like you. But oh hell. Now you're gonna negate everything you just said. Why doesn't the Packers three-peat from 29 to 31 count if they consider the NFL championships the same as the Super Bowls? Now, for the record, if I'm not mistaken, they do. Okay. They count the same as the 66 to '68 Super Bowl champions, Green Bay Packers. That is why you see the 3 diamonds on their Super Bowl ring. So if you guys go back and you look at the second Super Bowl championship ring, which says world champion on it, by the way, not Super Bowl champion. Okay. It has 3 diamonds on it instead of 2, even though it was the Packers back-to-back Super Bowl championships, right? No. 3-time world champion. That's why you see the 3 diamonds.
Sneaky, did you read the chat?
Which one? The private chat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Take a look.
Private chat. Here we go.
Yeah, the Dr. Philly guy, man, got to go.
You know what? I'm glad. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
There it is.
Thank you, Drew, for bringing that up. See? So now this is a beautiful trivia question right here. Okay. If you ever anybody, right? Ask somebody, even though this is their second back-to-back Super Bowl championship, why is there 3 diamonds? And the answer is because that is their 3rd Super Bowl champion.
Yep. Which is still more rings, by the way, than the Eagles have in combined their entire existence. It's just
You heard that, Billy?
Now, hold on. So, Drew, do me a favor. A favor.
Yes.
Bring me, if you can, bring up.
I got 3 screens in front of me. You tell me what you need. I got you.
Outstanding. Show me, and this is for Frank, because Frank, I owe you this, okay? Because I was a butthead to you earlier, because show me the 2017 Eagles Super Bowl ring.
That might break my computer.
I know. And I apologize.
Oops.
Future.
That's gonna cause computer to crash.
Here.
Right?
Oh, network about to shut down.
And then Frank says they kept saying it was never been done in. Well, no.
I found it.
Frank, I want to say this, that they claim that it's the 3-peat in Super Bowls never happened.
Here.
So okay, hold on. All right, here we go.
There it is. I found it.
That looks about right.
I love how Billy is sitting there chilling and smiling.
Hold on. Let me bring Mike on. All right, Mike, I got you on here now.
By the way, dog poop is now my search history.
Right?
Who knows what's going to pull up now?
And see if you can get like the side view. If you could get the side view of the ring. And you know what?
Hey. Hold on, fellas.
Just for giggles, let's just go ahead and
I got it up.
Got it. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. It's a video. Stupid video. Hold on.
Hey, man.
What's up, man? Oh wow! What happened?
She fell on the curb a couple weeks ago. So that's why I've been on the program for a little bit, taking care of her.
Okay. Well, I hope you get better soon.
Thank you. Yeah, 3
to 6 weeks with that on.
Yeah. It comes out next Tuesday if I put a cast on it.
So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I hope.
Well, make sure you make Clinton do all the work.
Oh, she does the work.
She already does.
She really does. She really, yeah.
Okay. Let me see. All right. Okay. Now
the 1 diamond.
So if you look on the corner, Can you guys see my arrow? No, you guys can't see the arrow. I don't think you guys can see the arrow.
No, I can't see the arrow. I can.
Okay.
Can you? Let's see if I. Yeah, you can see my arrow. Where do you want me to point?
Okay. You see where the score where it says New England 38? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Just above it, right? Go up a little more, Drew, please.
Where?
I'm sorry. Go. Okay. You see where it says 33? New England 33.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going that way, like up. Right there. Now, Frank, to answer your question, there are 4 green emeralds, okay, on each corner of the Eagles' first Super Bowl ring. Those green emeralds represent the 4 world championships, meaning the 3 NFL plus the 4. Now, of course, you're going to have another emerald in this one. But at the time, this was the 4th world championship. Keyword, world championship, not Super Bowl, right? World championship for the Eagles. And the only reason why I know this tidbit is, and this looks like the fan ring from Jostens. Because it doesn't have the Lombardi. This one's got the fan ring that Jostens made.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Drew, I appreciate you on that.
I got you.
I appreciate you.
But I got you.
So world championships do count. Hold on. You said living in the past. What have you done for me lately? Listen, Frank, y'all got 2. Okay. Just remember that.
I do have one of the Cowboys last ring. If you want to look at that one.
I see it. Thank you. So here's the I want to say the last
Cowboys ring.
There we go. There we go.
Rusted middle ring.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. I got to tell you this idea because this is what I've been working on for a while, and I got a friend of mine who's a lawyer, and I keep discussing with them how to potentially do this. But I feel like we're as Giants fans in no positions really to actually mock other teams.
I appreciate you, hi Frank. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
Here's what I want to do. I really want to call up and prank call the Dallas Cowboys and tell them that that I am the VP in charge of marketing for Rust-Oleum, and we want to go ahead and sponsor their trophy case.
Yeah.
Drew, oh man.
Yo, Drew, if you do that, you need to make a video of it, please.
I would.
To see that.
I want to do that, and I want to also prank the Eagles and tell them we're going to set them up with a mayor so they can double their Super Bowl trophies and match the Giants.
Yes.
Speaking of mayor, they spelled Eagles wrong. Eagles.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I can honestly. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Oh, TP. What's up, TP?
TP.
What's up, man?
TP.
How y'all doing,
TP.
man? I just got finished wrapping up a quick little video, man, about today's festivities. I don't know who's tuned in to see the defensive lineman go to work today, but we're gonna get Dexter Lawrence some help, fellas. That's all I can let you know, man.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get us some help.
The question, okay, look, all right, guys, I want to throw this out there. There is a possibility that I may not be going to the draft this year. Okay. I mean, it's a possibility. Okay. I will be doing a draft party, and you all are invited. But of course, y'all have to bring your own food. Okay. Wow. I'll start the show before the draft. And I want to know. Okay. I want to know. I want to do some kind of like predictions. And it's gonna have to be on. And you know what? I don't want to talk about it right now. But we still got some time. And if someone can remind me, of course, before the draft, because I want to talk about it on Tuesday's show. So when it is draft time, I'll tell everybody what's on the line and what's possible.
Our dignity,
our pride.
You got plans. That's why you can't go sneaky.
You know. Huh?
I said you got plans. That's why you can't go.
I
You got plans. That's why you can't go to the draft.
Well, I mean, I said there's a possibility. I don't even know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now.
Right.
But we'll see.
We'll be on the show mocking the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Now, I'm TP. First off, nice haircut.
Yes.
I saw the disgust in your wife. Also, I was dying, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this. I shit you not. I was gonna do the same exact thing this Saturday after I got a fresh cut. Because I don't know about y'all fellas. Like I'm due, right? And when I'm due, the way y'all need to go check out TP's video because it was hilarious. I am kind of reserved. I am kind of
I'm jealous.
But the moment I get cut, hello world. Here I am. Y'all get to see me for a couple of days, and then I go back in hibernation mode. I'm glad we got everybody on tonight, and I wanna be serious for a few minutes.
Okay.
I need to know. Okay, so Danny, I'm gonna bring you up. Danny made a comment earlier today on the show, and he talked about Shador's IQ over Cam's. Okay, now I'm still kind of I'm still doing my deep dive on Cam Ward and also Shador. But I want your guys' insight. And Drew, I want to start with you. When you hear high football IQ, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Now, are we saying specifically for quarterbacks?
Yeah, just quarterbacks, because that is our desperate need right now.
So there's two parts to me for IQ on quarterbacks then.
Appreciate you, Frank. Appreciate you.
Reading the defenses, because you have to see what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And two is anticipating where the receiver is going to be. Two things that, quite frankly, Daniel Jones failed miserably at year in, year out. And He didn't seem like a low IQ guy, and that's why you have to say football IQ. It's a skill. Not everybody has it.
So, and just saying those things. So you said reading the defense and anticipating a wide receiver in the routes,
receiver
right?
In general, yeah.
Okay. Where would you? So then, let's say reading the defense. Where would you rank Shador, and where would you put Cam? Would you go one versus the other? What's your thoughts?
Honestly, I got problems with both of them because of where they played school at. It's like, I was so confident last year in Jaden Daniels, and not just because of the talent he is, but because of the talent he played against on a weekly basis.
Right.
And now I look at these guys. Who did Colorado really play this year on the right? Because there wasn't consistent streaks of like playing really good teams at that point. You can make that case there. You can make the same case though last year with Drake May for the same thing, and we said the same thing. We evaluated him. I mean, there were some teams, some schools that he played against that you're like, I didn't even know this damn team had this school had a team. Like there was some ridiculousness teams of he was playing against. So it's not the end all, the be all at that point there, but it's hard to evaluate the talent sometimes because of that. I want to see more when I talk to football IQ kind of stuff. I want to see more what they do in the interview rooms. That's one thing I really liked watching in Hard Knocks this past year. Was them trying to change up, them trying to question, them trying to have them read, okay, if this happens, what do you do? If that happens, what do you do? And there are plenty of guys, though, that at the same point can go into that kind of conversation and sit down and tell you in a meeting, point blank, this is what I'm going to do. Execution is a different thing.
I love that question when Dable asked Jaden, so what do I want you to do with the Z? Throw a touchdown pass? Good answer. Good answer. Now, Jalen.
Yeah.
If we're just going to go off the two, right? Say what, Clinton?
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of the old lady.
I'm gonna go too. I'm getting tired.
Lady.
So everybody have a good night.
You too, Clinton.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, brother. Be good.
I'm getting tired too. I'm in now.
All right, Let me hear
All right,
it.
love
Okay,
you,
man.
brothers. Love you guys. Let's go, Giants.
Appreciate you, Billy. Have a good night, man. Okay, so Jalen, real quick, just going off of reading the defense and anticipating wide receivers, right, and their routes, where would you put? Well, let's say reading the defense. Where would you put over under?
That's kind of tough. Like, it's just because I don't really watch a whole lot of college football.
Okay.
However, I will say this. I would probably put Cam Ward like just a little bit above Shador as far as reading the defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anticipating wide receivers.
That's where I'd have to put Shador over Ward.
Okay.
It's just because of, like, from what I've seen of Shador, since he knows he doesn't have the best offensive line, it's like when the pocket breaks down, which happens to him a little too much, it just seems like he breaks out of that and then he just anticipates where the wide receiver is going to go a lot more than I saw Cam Ward do. Because the one thing that Ward had over Sanders was obviously protection.
Gotcha.
And Sneaky, but I hate to interrupt, but just go look at highlight videos between Shador and Travis Hunter. End of story.
Okay. Well,
He is
I'm
very
coming. Don't
good at
worry.
anticipation.
That's it.
I was going to save you for last, Danny. Don't worry.
All right.
Sully, real quick, same question. Who would you rank higher in, say, reading defenses?
Who'd you ask?
Sully, you.
Oh, as far as reading defenses,
I'm telling you right now, you were muted, so I couldn't tell if you were going to be snoring or not. I would have.
yeah, no, it's I'm still here at work, so I'm trying to make sure that
okay.
background conversations aren't being picked up as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Corporate espionage.
Right.
By the way, you're undercover boss right now.
Well, hey man, I need a raise.
Got to give him a sob story. I take it the money on that show.
To answer the question, and I'm gonna get back to you in a second, Drew. To answer the question, I would have to go with what Jalen said. The only pushback that I would give is yes, Shador may have had a weaker offensive line. So my knock to Shador would be how he would retreat 10, 15 yards on a lot of those plays.
Which he did do in the Alamo Bowl too. He did do that. Gotcha.
So I would say the anticipation of receivers, that one would be a hard one for me to answer. Like I said, only because of the fact of Shador's penchant to retreating rather than getting out of the pocket and throwing the ball out of bounds. Right. That to me would detract from that football IQ because let's be honest, man, in the NFL, you're not going to be able to run back 15 yards and crisscross the field all the time to find the wide open receiver. Sometimes you just going to have to make that cut outside the tackle box and drop it out of bounds just so that you can live for the next play.
Right. TP. Same question.
The question is, who's better at reading?
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Well, we're talking initially about QB IQ, right? And I'm going off of Drew. And what I should have asked you guys additionally too, if you guys want to add something to what you would consider as QB IQ. I should.
Oh no, I'm always right. It's okay.
Right. In this instance,
I'm also very modest, just for the record.
But I think it's important because you got me sold on the two points that you made. I mean, it's reading the defense and anticipating the wide receivers. I mean, that's huge, right? It makes perfect sense. So just by going off of those two alone, who would you rank higher? Shador? Well, reading the defense, who would you rank higher? And anticipating wide receivers?
Shador, and Shador Sanders. Cam Ward. I mean, most of his game was like simple 1-2 reads. Like it was, hey, primary receiver here, okay, secondary, and boom, I'm making a decision. I've seen a lot of that from Cam Ward. Shador, I've seen him scan the field a lot more than I've seen from a lot of quarterbacks that is in the draft. So when it comes to that, I mean that's a no-brainer for me. I gotta get that one to Shador.
All right, Danny.
You know
Your
I'm
turn.
going with baby. You know where I'm going with this.
I know.
He team Shador all the way. We ain't even had to ask him that.
I'm biased, baby. Listen. He's he just his pocket presence, like I told you before, Sneaky, is much better than Cam Ward's. You know what I'm saying? Like it just his accuracy. I think his accuracy is much better than Cam Ward.
Now, you know, to be fair, for me to answer this question, I can't. I'm kind of like Jalen. I can't give an honest opinion because I haven't seen Cam play except for the last bowl game. That's only I can see him apply. I remember Joe was talking about how he saw. What game was it? I want to say was it Cal? Did he say California? Or was it Stanford or something? Or some game that he, you know, they fell behind, but they fell behind because of Cam Ward's play. But Cam Ward got him out of that hole. I mean, that was the example Shane used in this meeting. But the one thing I'll say that kind of stands out for Shador, was that pass that he threw to Travis Hunter, that when Hunter basically caught it on the dude's back when he did that little square out in the end zone. What team was that? Was it Colorado State?
I think it was the Colorado State.
I want, for arguments, I will say Colorado State.
That was back in September. If it was Colorado State, by the way,
early in the season.
Yeah, it was early. It was one of the early games.
That was September 14th. So
okay, and that right around that time frame. Now, if we're going off of that alone, I mean, a lot of receivers can make that type of play. I mean, and the anticipation was there. I mean, if I had to criticize anything, I mean, he did kind of stare down Travis Hunter because, I mean,
And
it was
you know
Travis
what?
Hunter, you know.
Sneaky, Shador can extend plays better than Cam.
Yeah,
Let me speak to that point, Sneak.
Okay, go ahead.
I hear a lot of people. I mean, and when I say a lot of people, I mean Twitter. like consistently.
That's a very toxic place. Don't listen to this. People.
Oh man,
right.
I need a stronger word than toxic. I mean, my mental health sometimes is in.
Trying to be nice. I don't want Sneaky getting demonetized here.
Yeah, for real. But a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people understand the stare down concept. Anytime a quarterback stares down, they look at it because, I mean, a lot of it is because Daniel Jones has haunted them. But a lot of them I don't think, understand just simple, logic and situations to where there are some plays that are literally stare downable. And when you're in the end zone and you have a number one receiver or a special talent or someone who is in that one-on-one matchup, staring down is exactly what you want to do, are going to do, and it has nothing to do with reading the defense at that point. It's just, what are you going to do to stop it? So I think a lot of people use the staring down like terminology, and they just automatically strike it as like a bad thing, when I think it is just, you have to look at what is going on and when someone is doing that. So, you know, Shador Sanders, I wouldn't put him in that category at all.
Yeah.
Anybody want to add?
I think one thing that's kind of the issue, like I said before, is kind of the teams they played. The only time that the Colorado even played a ranked opponent was that last game, and that's against BYU. where they
Well, are we including 2023 or
I'm
just?
including are we including 2023 or just? I'm including just this season because this is what matters. Because if Shador came out last year, he's not even a conversation at pick 3. Let's be honest.
But his play matters, though, right?
Play matters, but I'm evaluating who he is now, not who he was last year.
Well, I mean, but you got to. Well, I mean, and that you bring up a good point. We look at the whole resume, right?
Honestly, I like to look point blank at the last year when I evaluate because that's what I'm getting that's current. Now I will look at some of the stuff in the past, like for example, not to get a little bit too much off topic, Jaden Daniels was our top quarterback 100% last year in the draft.
Okay.
Because we saw what happened at USC when they lost Jordan Addison. And that was part of my evaluation process there. So, but I look at this year, Shador Sanders played one ranked opponent, threw a couple of picks. Colorado scored literally 14 points in the game. They did not do good. And then I look at, okay, Miami, same thing. Not a good record, not a good schedule at all to really evaluate. They didn't play a lot of top teams. But when they did play, and I know he got all kinds of, I'll say poop to put it nicely here, for not playing the second half of the game, we went 12 of 19, 190 yards and 3 touchdowns in one half.
Yeah, and for me, and of course, this is just me. Who am I? Just a guy with a podcast. I don't look negatively towards a player that that went for the record, if you will, right? Yeah. And then sat out. I think that's a business decision.
Yep.
Because like I said earlier, Jaden Daniels did it last year. Christian McCaffrey didn't play in his final bowl game, so I don't hold that much weight on and again, I'm just speaking for me. I know a lot of people may think differently, but when I look at the play that Shador had, okay, and also, I mean, I'm even going to throw this out there, Milrose, his stock was dropping expeditiously every time he stepped on the field against Michigan in his last college game. Now, I mean, he could be drafted top 10. I'm just being facetious right now. But when I saw that play, because I watched that game, and when I saw that play with him against, second year in a row playing against Michigan, he was a completely different player. And when I saw Shador, to me, when I saw Shador, I'll say this. I saw a little piece of what could be our quarterback for the New York Football Giants. And I say that because of the amount of running around he did in that game against BYU. If I'm going to be honest and frank with y'all.
Extended plays. He extends the plays a lot.
He did. Yep.
Got sacked more than any other quarterback in college football.
And also Jalen brought up a good point. He does run backwards a lot. And I need to catch up on some Cam Ward.
What do you guys
highlights or just?
What do you guys think about Jackson Dart though?
I want no part in him whatsoever, unless it's like a 3rd round pick or something.
Oh yeah, I would say Jackson Dart would be good like as a later pick, but not at number 3.
No, I would draft Jackson Dart if we draft Travis Hunter at 3.
Oh, for sure.
Well, TP, what's your thoughts on Dart?
Overrated.
Wow. Okay.
I would take Dylan Gabriel over him in a heartbeat.
Who?
Dylan Gabriel,
the quarterback from Oregon.
Yes.
Didn't they get absolutely smoked by Ohio State? Or am I missing?
Most people did, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Ohio State did win.
You don't like the kid from Texas?
What was that?
You don't like the kid from Texas?
Yours? Hell no.
Yeah, no.
Dog, there's way too much of an injury history there. Let's be honest here.
I think Dylan Gabriel is a guy who's probably a good backup in this league to a low-end starter in this league. Whereas I think Jackson Dart is. I look at him and I look at him and I'm like, is that number 8 out there?
Oh,
like wow!
We're talking about football IQ.
Oh my god,
he can't read defenses.
Well, see that's kind of
anticipate throws.
That's what I don't understand from Giant fans. Like, for everyone to be so adamant on getting rid of Daniel Jones, getting far as away from Daniel Jones as possible, how do you go from that to wanting Jackson Dart? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
That's honestly, I'm telling you right now, this is and listen, if anybody's an actual Jackson Dart fan, no disrespect intended, it's just my own personal opinion of what I think this is going on here. Is I think there's people who are casual fans that keep hearing the nobody's worth a number 3 overall pick. Nobody's worth the number 3 overall pick quarterback. And they're going, who could we get later? I keep hearing about this Jackson Dart. That makes sense. It's not them actually liking him or knowing him.
Or Jalen Milroe.
Jalen Milroe, first off, he's
just stop
be a running back by year 2. I'm sorry.
So Tanya said, "Fun fact: please don't give up, the world for Stafford. Oh God, please don't. That is all." And Aaron Rodgers return to sender. We not interested, right? Aaron, go back in that dark cave. Go to that cave.
Yeah. Now, since you mentioned Milroe, we talked about as far as looking at past years. I remember looking last year at Jermaine Burton, and I remember looking at his tape and going, God damn, this kid's open and just not getting the damn ball. And it's the quarterback that's killing this kid looking better this year than what he actually can be. And now when I look at him this year, look at the bowl game, for example. His own receivers were cursing him off and yelling at him for missing them wide open. Avoid that kid at all costs. I'm telling you, if you're in your final game as a college player, you still can't hit a guy who's wide open.
And who's this, Milrose?
Yeah, Milroe. He's not going to be good. I'm telling you.
So it's Cam Water-Shador for us, boys. That's it.
So I got now. Who was that quarterback you said from Oregon?
Daniel. Dylan Gabriel.
What's his name?
Dylan Gabriel.
Gabriel. Okay.
Yeah. So he played at UCF and also was Oregon State. He played at I think. Get that moving more westward each time.
I just hope the Titans go grab Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter.
I'm a little nervous with those injuries right now.
Yeah, I heard Abdul Carter may have to have surgery.
No, they said no surgery.
No surgery. No.
Yeah, they said no on the surgery.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State. I was misremembering there. I was close.
Now, also too, so I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Shane, State of the Giants. Shane also mentioned that he does not. What was I going to say? He does not. It doesn't weigh heavily because Shador's not throwing in the combine. Okay.
Of course.
He doesn't blame them. He doesn't blame him for not wanting to throw because he doesn't know the wide receiver, not familiar with the guys. But for me, and I said this earlier, I want to see the guys compete. And I don't know if I don't know if by them not competing that we're not seeing the details in their game. I mean, I think the fact that if they were to throw in the combine, I look at it a little differently. If they were to throw in the combine, that they would be competing against each other. Is Cam Ward throwing?
That's what I was going to ask you because he was debating to whether to do it or not.
But Sneaky, if you want to see him compete, why won't you just go look at the past 4 years?
Well, no. And that's what I'm saying is in the moment, right? And because it's pitch and catch, there's no DBs, there's no crowd, there's no pressure. It's just throwing the ball up. That's
which is more of a reason as to why I understand why
there's also pressure. There's also receivers you're throwing to you've never thrown to in your entire life. He has nothing to gain, everything to lose.
Nothing to gain. Exactly.
Yeah,
I think for me, I'm looking at the adaptability of said wide receivers, or quarterbacks.
Excuse me, real quick, gentlemen.
What's up?
Let me interrupt real quick. My last flight's coming in, so I'm gonna have to head off. So with that being said, let's go Giants. Ow!
So I appreciate you, brother. Be safe.
Is he working at the airport? Is he why I lose my baggage all the time? He's watching your show.
No, if Sully's there, he makes sure you get your baggage. Now, if Danny's at work, you want to make sure you get on the right plane. No, let me stop, Danny. I'm pumped.
Yo, you wrong for that.
You be going to Canada somewhere. You be like, wait, I'm supposed to be going to Arizona. What's the transport?
A lot of snow here.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
I realize they like hockey so much here in Arizona.
I guess I just want to just see him throw. That's all. But you're right. He has nothing to, nothing to gain, a lot to lose. But at the same time, let's not forget though, Bridgewater, when he threw at the combine, he had no gloves, looked shitty, right? But when he did his pro day, he did have gloves and he looked a lot better.
Yeah.
So,
but in the end, I agree very much calling it the Underwear Olympics. Like that, to me, the combine should never change any of your opinions on anybody whatsoever. Now, the interview process at the combine can very well shape what you think of a player. Having somebody excel and you going, oh, I must have missed his tape. Let me go back to him. That's a possibility. But if you're forming your opinion on a player based on what they do in Indianapolis at the combine, you're evaluating talent wrong. Point blank. Agreed.
I will push back for this respectfully.
No good.
The player, the guy that got the fastest time, right? That ended up here we go. Ooh, I'm gonna tell your dad on you. Ooh, you in trouble. Now, we're about to end in a few minutes, but we'll kick off. Shit, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You're saying how the combine was useless, and I'm right.
Oh yeah, no,
nobody said that.
That's definitely not where I was going with that. I know for a fact I was not going with that. But no, he ended up going. Was it Worthy that ended up going to? Oh shoot, my bad. Yeah, he ended up going to KC.
Yeah.
Only because you're Space Force, and I don't believe in it. But
Still
shots
getting the
fired.
paychecks though.
Yeah, I know, right? Right? Shots fired. I like the fact that the kid wanted to go for the record. That's what I'm saying. You're right though. You can't really analyze a quarterback, throwing the ball to air. You could throw a deep ball. Okay. You could throw an out. Okay. A post out. All right. A little fade. Okay. I get that. But that's what I mean by competing. You got the guy out there.
Sneaky, I think you're nervous. I think you're nervous. I think that's what it is. As I'm listening, it just hit me. It was like a light bulb went off. I said, "Oh shit!" You know what it is? He really just wants the right guy.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. You just need something to kind of reassure that you're going to get the right guy.
And you know what? I'll agree to that. I'll coach. Yeah, you're right.
We're all a little
right.
nervous.
Yeah. They can't F it up.
I don't blame them.
Yes, no, I don't blame them either, bro. I don't blame
at
them
the same time, and to your point, which it's an excellent point, and I can't deny it, because when he goes to the Giants, he's not going to throw to a Travis Hunter. He's not going to throw to his receivers. He's going to throw to guys that, Malik Neighbors, right? But he's also possibly going to throw to a Slayton or Rondell, Robinson.
I do want to make this point. As I'm glad you said that, because Shedeur, the receivers that Shedeur had at Colorado, to me, they are similar in ways that the receivers that you have in New York. You just mentioned Travis. Of course, I would compare that to Malik.
True.
You have LeJontay Wester, who was an undersized slot guy who they listed him at 177, and I think that's being nice, but that's Wandell. You have Shepard on the other side, Darius Slayton, Jimmy Horn Jr. I don't know if I couldn't find my match there, but you get what I'm saying. Like and that's another thing that kind of attracted me to the idea as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can tell you what kind of scares me about Shador.
What's that?
He is a big fish in a small pond. And I don't know how big he actually is. You know what I mean? Like at Colorado's not an SEC team.
Nope.
He's not. They're not. They're not going up against the Ohio States and Michigans constantly. Their competition it doesn't have as high a ceiling as some of these other teams. So I don't know, like, if his numbers are inflated because they didn't play great competition. And that's what I'm a little worried about. I don't know if he hit his stride in college and this is the best you're going to see out of him.
So is that just for the quarterback position, or is that for
just for Shador in general?
No, that's for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Hunter.
No,
Same thing. He's a great corner. Who do you cover?
Exactly.
So that's why I was asking.
That's what I mean.
See, Drew, you ain't let me set him up. You jumped ahead.
I cut it because I've been saying that forever all along. Like point blank, like if I got to go ahead and get a pick, let's say I was in this draft and I need a corner, I'm taking Will Johnson
for sure.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, that's no doubt. That's no doubt.
Okay.
Actually, now that just occurred to me about Travis Hunter. Did you guys see that report about him wanting a two-way role in the NFL?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're not going to get that. Just pick a side.
He thinks he could be the Otani of the NFL.
I was going to say that exactly. Yeah, he can't do
not.
that.
He's
well.
To me, I don't think he again. It's the part of the issue is who they played. I don't want to ever penalize a player and say they're not going to be good because they played in a weaker conference. They played against weaker, competition. You see every single year guys step up from smaller schools and stuff like that. But you're talking about saying he is the best player in all of college football when he didn't have to guard anybody of any substance basically the entire season and didn't really get guarded by either as a receiver by top corners in college football. I have an issue saying that. I really do. But to the point we said before about Sanders does fit the Giants offense perfectly. I will tell you that point blank. If you look, I'm going to give you guys this because I had the stat up right now. So 338 quarterbacks qualified for statistics to be ranked by the NCAA there. Of those 338 quarterbacks, where do you think Sanders ranked at average depth of target this season?
I don't know.
Let you guys each answer it.
Look, anticipation's killing me. I don't know.
I'll say 3.
Number 3 out of 338, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, where's everybody else got?
Yeah, this feels like Price is Right. Can I go?
I'm telling you,
I would say
it one more time.
So this is where does he rank amongst college quarterbacks that qualified to be statistically ranked for average depth of target?
Now, okay. Now, asking that question, are we talking about just?
We're saying we're taking Yak out of it. This is the point at which you're throwing to the receiver.
Right. But I mean, so out of 330 quarterbacks, that's just Division
338. Where do you think he ranked for average?
It's only Division 1, right?
Yes. Well, I assume so. This is a stat by Matt Frazier.
So, can I just throw and say he got to be minimum top 10?
Okay.
I got 33.
Okay. Jalen, Danny.
Danny's gonna say what's above 1.
I would say let me stop being biased. I'll say 2.
Let me stop you.
Okay. Jalen, where you got?
I'll say 20th.
247th.
God. 247th. Good.
Still not changing my mind, sir.
So you're telling me that I was off.
So what?
Jesus.
Now,
all right, that can't just be D1. That's got to be all of college football.
Well, you're still talking 338 quarterbacks.
No, I know. I'm not knocking the stat. It just dawned on me.
Let me see what he says here. Hold on. Let me see. This is the exact quote here, by the way. And this is like I said, a guy who is on Fan First Nation here is where he's from. So he's an actual media guy. Shador Sanders' average depth of target in 2024 was 8.8 yards. That was good for 247th out of 338 quarterbacks with at least 100 dropbacks. After all that, despite having the 21st highest time to throw of those same 338 quarterbacks, as well as one of the 3 best receivers in NCAA.
So he's a check down king.
If you watch film on him, that's one of the first things I did say on ours. We did I want to say like maybe a month or 2 ago, we did a way too early scouting report on him because let's be frank, like the season was winding down. We didn't have much else to talk about. We're tired of talking about losing. And that's true. At least I'm honest. So where did that? And I said, I'm like, you know what? He fits this system 100% because if you look at what Dable wants to do, and this regardless of who's been the quarterback, whether it's Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, Davis Webb, Tommy DeVito, you know, Saquon Barkley for this, because he was for that half against Chicago.
Oh yeah,
he wants,
fourth quarter.
Yeah,
he wants to go ahead and do dink and dunk West Coast style passes, and he wants to count on receivers to get yak yards.
Well, let me ask you this, Drew.
I mean, Tom Brady made a career off of that.
Let me ask you the question though. So where was Cam Ward in this?
So I couldn't find the rankings on it, but he averaged an entire yard more.
Okay.
So he was just he was at 9.9 yards.
All right. What about Dart?
Well, I can't say also. I mean, I can't say also with Shador and well, just in Colorado in general. I know a lot of that has to do with the fact that their running game was absolutely on zero. Like,
had no running game at all.
Yeah, they had
no
absolutely
no running game was terrible.
11.9 yards for Jackson Dart, by the way.
So he's ranked higher than
both
Yeah.
Sanders.
But
and
here's the interesting part of this I just picked up because I was focused on the depth of target thing. Because like I said, that's the thing that I realized the second I started watching film of this guy. Because I don't watch college football live. I'll tell you guys that point blank. As soon as it gets into draft mode, I am watching nonstop. I just we literally evaluated I think like 150 players last year on our show. Like we will go we will dive in like you would not believe on NFL draft. We just it's a passion.
Fun time. Yeah.
So the second half of this tweet, I didn't just pick this up just now what he said. All of that despite having the 21st highest time to throw of all of those same 338 quarterbacks. We just talked about a minute ago. He's the most sacked quarterback in college football. I have a feeling that I need to go back and now watch his sacks and see if they're line sacks or Daniel Jones sacks.
Well,
what exactly Daniel Jones sack?
Meaning he walked into somebody.
Yeah, basically you're running. He's
his line.
I can tell you now. Shador. See the way Shador's game was. It was more like if Shador didn't have the attitude that he carried throughout his NCAA career, we would not be talking about him at all. But
that's true.
And that's what I call hero ball. But that is also something that is I would say would be a negative. Because you would watch him and you would be like, Shador, all you literally had to do was get rid of the ball. So it's kind of like both sides to it. I think I have seen him make more plays playing hero style ball than I have seen him, hurting his team and taking sacks. But I can't sit here and act like that wasn't a thing because it definitely was. And so,
well, you always hear the line being blamed for. I've never heard somebody say, "Oh, Shador Sanders doesn't
no."
the ball."
Shador definitely had tendencies of holding on to that ball way too long, and everybody sitting there looking like, "Yo, why did you not just get rid of it?"
But the narrative I always hear is, "Oh, he'd be the perfect quarterback for the Giants. He's used to playing with a bad line."
Yeah, I don't like
I mean, but
I have heard people say that
playing with the Giants.
I think I think a lot of people are also comparing it to Daniel Jones. I think
you're gonna
Shador, I think handles the pressure decently. I think he handled it a lot better than what Daniel Jones has done. So
whoa. Listen, there's a lot of crap you can say about Daniel Jones. That man handled pressure like no other.
He did.
That's one thing I'm going to pause you on right there. Dude, that man dealt with so much crap at his time in New York. Never.
Well, I'm not meaning like literal pressure. I mean as far as like defensively, like dealing with a bad offensive line. I think that he kind of, when people kind of say he's seen ghosts, I think that was definitely
okay. He got David Card.
Not Jones.
He got David Card.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. David Card is the one who said it, but I'm 100% sure Daniel Jones felt So quarterbacks tend to have a clock in their head, right?
Yep.
But
yeah, Daniel Jones didn't have a clock in his head.
Well, it's partially because he could not read the defenses. I remember last year, was it the Monday night game we had? I think it was Monday night game against the Seahawks.
Oh God!
And there was a guy lined up with nobody there to block him whatsoever.
He overthrew it.
No, he just snapped the ball and let it take the hit.
I remember that.
And that was a classic example. I'm like, God damn it, this is one of my issues with him.
Hey, but he was good at Seattle, though.
We could have had Stevie Wonder as our quarterback. He would have saw that shit coming.
I do remember that.
But wow.
See, but Seattle, that was one of my games that I liked of Daniel Jones. But I do remember. I do remember.
That's what I'm saying. That was a bad one for him, that Monday night game.
I mean, he still threw him for more yards than Geno
Smith. But listen, fellas, I got to get out of here. It's way past my bedtime, and I'm now in trouble because of y'all. I definitely
put this on us.
Hey, just man up and be like, hey, remember, I got a fresh cut. You can't be saying that to me right now.
No, that's a fact. I already got it already planned out. I was thinking about it a little bit.
It's a work call. It's a work call.
I'm gonna do the massage.
What's your content creator? This is technically a work call.
Well, yeah.
It's a networking event.
We can go ahead and start shaking it down anyway. But hey, and we'll start with UTP. Go ahead, man. Let me hear it. What you got?
Listen, man, one more time, I just want to reiterate that I was very pleased by what I seen by the interior defensive lineman today at the combine. I'm kind of, I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting a little excited on, possibly getting some help for Dexter Lawrence. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night. Casey, go ahead, man. What you got?
I gotta agree with TP. I think we're all a little nervous, because we know what happens if this season doesn't go well. It's another big shakeup, and we want to see some building. And we need the players that are gonna help with that. So yeah, I'm nervous. But we got to see what happens. And we got to have some faith in Joe Schoen. So let's go Giants. Oh,
appreciate you, fam. Have a good night. Jalen, what you got, man?
Okay, so I also would agree with what PT and my dad just said. Like, I am nervous, but I do hope that they get some help for Dex because the dude can't do it all on his own. Right. But my biggest thing, it's like, now I know that everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't draft another wide receiver. I think that we should. Now, listen, I know I'm going to get some pushback on this, but let me explain why. I'm not talking about another guy that's like Malik Neighbors' height and like his build. I'm talking a dude that's like T. Higgins, because him coming to the Giants was a pipe dream anyway, even if he didn't get franchise tagged by Cincy. But I'm like, there's a lot of receivers that are like 6'4" in this draft. Like, I would say we should try and get the dude from Arizona, but ain't no shot he falls out of the top.
He's gone already.
Yeah, I know. But there are other guys that the Giants could look at that are 6'4" and above. And then that way we got some decent weapons on rookie contracts for the next few years.
That's the way to build. I got you. All right, let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you. Danny, go ahead, man. What you got?
Well, I'm gonna keep saying it. We and everybody said it throughout the night. I'm still nervous about this draft, man. And I'm saying we all are. They just got to get it right, and I hope they do. We just got to trust the process. I hate keep saying that, but you just got to trust the process.
That's all we got right now.
You know what that process is? Shador Sanders, baby. Woo!
Let me hear one time, fam.
All right, Drew. Sneak. Good night, bro. And let's go Giants. Ow! Peace, y'all.
Appreciate it. All right, Drew. What you got?
I'm with you, dude. I'm so nervous about this off season as a whole. I think my biggest piece of nerves with this whole thing is Sutton just tells me that Shane is going to do what's best for him to keep his job as opposed to what's best for this franchise. I know he said he won't do it. There's a lot of things I said I wouldn't do in life that I did. Self-interest comes into play. Let's be honest here. Self-preservation. We are going ahead and we're embedded with that from birth. And when you're staring down the barrel of unemployment and they haven't eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, not because you enjoy them, because it's what you can afford. Life changes and things happen. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I can be some, a little optimistic. That'd be nice going into this year. I've been optimistic the last couple of years, and my optimism has run out.
Let me hear one time.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you. And I still want to know, is it creamy or crunchy peanut butter? That's what I want to know. Great show tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming on. We had some really good discussions today. And I still want to know why the media didn't push Shane on the depth and how was he going to increase the depth of the linemen and also DBs. I got some homework to do about Cam. And TP is right. I am worried. I am scared. I am concerned. I want to win. I'm tired of other teams holding up that Vince Lombardi trophy, and it's not us. And I believe that what went down last year with this management team, this regime, if you will, I believe Shane owes us one. And I believe that Shane believes he owes us one. And I still believe in Shane. I still believe that he can make the right decisions for this team. Yes, I'm trying to keep hope alive. That being said, please put a smile on someone's face and just know, if you're having a bad day out there, at least you did not wake up the next morning with that shitty taste in your mouth. Eagle fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Appreciate y'all. How about we do this again next week? Until then, let's go Giants.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants.